Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Farang Diaries. I'm Rory, and I'm going through the Pok Pok cookbook. Today we're making Khrong Mu Yaang, a Thai-style pork rib. It's got honey in it. It's sweet. It's savory. It's barbecued. It's super tasty, and I'm excited to show you guys how we cook it up today. Alrighty, so for the ingredients for the ribs, you're gonna need 6 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of Thai thin soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of Shaoxing wine, 1 tablespoon of finely grated fresh ginger, a half teaspoon of sesame oil, a quarter teaspoon of ground white pepper, an eighth teaspoon of cinnamon, a pinch of nutmeg, 2 pounds pork spare ribs cut lengthwise across the bone into 2-inch wide racks. You can commonly find this kind of rolled up into circles at Asian grocery stores. And lastly, 2 tablespoons of hot water. Alrighty, so let's make our marinade. You're going to want to whisk together 2 tablespoons of the honey with the soy sauce, the Shaoxing wine, the ginger, sesame oil, pepper, cinnamon, and nutmeg. And you're going to want to taste it to tweak any of the flavors at all. Yeah, so here's just the ginger, the white pepper, the cinnamon, and lastly the nutmeg. You're just going to take this whole mixture and put it in a Ziploc bag with your ribs, and you're going to let these marinate for at least 2 hours to overnight. Now for the most fun part. So barbecuing them, I did them on charcoal and I kept it around 250 to 300 degrees for about 2 hours ish, maybe a little over. Um, I rotated them uh, about halfway through and then kind of moved them around towards the end because for the last 30 minutes, every 10 minutes or so, you're going to want to be basting them with your hot water and honey mixture to get a nice glaze on the top. Um, I actually kind of spread out my coals so they kind of took up about half the barbecue. And then when I flipped them, when I flip the ribs, I would basically switch out whichever ones are over the direct heat and which ones are just kind of uh, getting the smoke and flavor of the barbecue. Um, you're looking for this nice gold color and you want them to still be firm. We're not looking for fall off the bone here. We're still looking for a bit of a bite to them. Um, and yeah, uh, just barbecue them up, get that internal temperature and make sure that they aren't overdone is all. So here's me just kind of brushing the honey liquid over the ribs. You don't have to do a ton of it. You're going to do this every 10 minutes or so. You want to let it crystallize and crisp up. But yeah, simple last step, but it kind of makes all the difference. So for the taste tests and final thoughts, I actually really like this recipe. I usually, when I do make ribs, I usually do get the spare ribs, the St. Louis cut specifically. So I'm like used to barbecuing these and doing them kind of low and slow. The one thing I would critique is I feel like you gotta let it marinate longer than 2 hours. I only marinated it for like 3 hours, and you could taste the marinade, but it could be more powerful. It really could. So I'd super recommend you let it go overnight. Um, but the nutmeg, cinnamon, it really kind of adds like a yummy note to it that I'm not used to in other pork recipes. And usually I do like a jerk rib, which has quite a bit of cinnamon in it. But this was, it's quite different, especially with the Shaoxing wine. And the soy sauce and sesame oil, but it was super tasty. I cooked it so it was still pretty firm. It was really nice. I highly recommend you make this. And thank you so much for watching.
I love him.